I used to be one of those kids who would always scroll during their workouts. I remember particularly I had this one game called Hooked Ink, and you have a boat, you can like swipe your finger on the screen, like collect fish. The more fish you collect, the more you can upgrade your boat so you can collect even more fish. And then there's prestiges, so when you restart, you get to progress faster and all that kind of stuff. Average tycoon game. And I remember during my sets, in between sets, when I had first started training, when I had first like kind of gotten into it and I was getting on like the whole self improvement kick, all that kind of stuff, I would play that game and it would make me rest too long. It would make me rest too little. Too long because I was sat there playing it. Too little was because I was focused on playing it. So I never set my timer properly, or I would like compensate for playing it. So I was like, I would be mad at myself for playing the game, even though I could have just stopped instead of being an idiot and punishing myself or whatever. I would do the set sooner because it would be harder, but it would actually be easier because you could get less reps and you could use less weight or whatever. So it kind of didn't make sense, my reasoning, but that's what I would do. Now, I'm not on my phone at all. I'm super focused during my workouts, which is the only reason I'm even talking about this. Every once in a while, like I'll get a message or something and I'll respond to it, but 9 times out of 10, I just ignore it. I leave all my messages unread. My phone's on do not disturb. I don't scroll. I'm not on YouTube. I don't even have YouTube on my phone, and I'm recording this on my phone to upload to YouTube. I do it a separate path. But all in all, I would say I'm pretty focused. And the reason why this is so important is because of the fact that when you focus, when you're doing skills like that require hand balancing, like planche, handstands, handstand push-ups, 9-degree handstand push-ups, stuff like that, whether it's muscle ups, trying to get them super clean and all this type of stuff, you have to be able to visualize it before the set. And if your mind's wandering, you're just going to go through the motions and you're not going to actually make the best progress that you can make. So these are the key lessons that I'm going to be teaching you in order to help you. First thing, you have to realize enough is enough. You are on this because of the fact that you think that this is a problem that you have, or it's something that you at least want to learn about or that you're interested in. This isn't one of those things that you watch and then click off. This is one of those things that you watch, you do the actionable steps, you do the things that I'm telling you to do, and you make progress throughout those things. You instill these mindsets into you and you apply them, not just to this, you can apply them to other things as well, but specifically this area of your life, because that is the most important thing. Enough is enough. You can write it down, you can put it on your phone, you can make it your background, you can do whatever. Just do one small thing. It's not going to be permanent. Everybody likes making their background like motivational quotes or whatever. I have like these papers behind me. That's fine, but it's not something that's going to resonate with you all of the time. You're not going to open your phone, because how often do you actually look at your wallpaper? No, when the wallpaper changes, it's going to say enough is enough. You're going to write in your notes, you're going to take a screenshot, and then you're going to set it as your background. You see it for the first couple of days, you realize, okay, this is something that I'm doing, this is something I'm committed to. All right, all right. Then eventually you get tired of it, and then you just go back to scrolling or going on your phone, whatever. But for the first few days, it's going to help. That's all you need in this beginning stage. Second thing, you need to make it completely official. Say it out loud to yourself. Like right now, as long as it's not weird, you're not at the kitchen table or whatever, you can even say it like quietly under your breath, whatever works. You can say, I'm done scrolling during my workouts. I'm done scrolling, period. I'm done playing that one game on my phone when I'm in the gym. The second I'm in the gym, my phone goes off and I'm done. I just focus on the workout. I just focus on the exercise. Don't let yourself cope just by saying it's improvement. A lot of guys on self-improvement, me, my past self included, I'll be 100% honest, will take specific habits, do better at them, and then say, oh, well, I improved, so it's fine. No. This is one of those things that isn't that hard to change. This is one of those things that you can change, that you don't need to improve at. Beating a really hard addiction might take some improvement, and then it leads to change. Doing a completely new habit or something that's very rigorous, or going into a very specific period of your life where you're really focused on work, for example, or gym or whatever, you're training twice a day. All of these things, you're dieting perfectly. All of these things need improvement in order to reach to. Improvement is the measure of what you I'm trying to define this. I've defined this for myself in the past. Improvement is essentially going from where you are to where you think the optimal point is. So this part is the improvement. When you get here, that's a change. When you see that this might not be the optimal thing, or there's an optimal thing past that, that is growth. You're focusing on change, and then you're focusing on maybe growth past it. But right now, you need to focus on just not being on the apps, being on social media, being on whatever when you are in that mode, when you are exercising or doing your workout or whatever you want to call it. That's what you need to do. You need to change and not just improve, because so many guys get focused on the improvement. Yeah, well, I'm on social media sometimes, but it's not a big deal. Like, I'm fine with the habit. Yeah, I eat junk food every now and then, but it's not a big deal. It's fine. It's okay. No, this is the type of thing that you can go cold turkey on. This isn't something that is so crushing that you're just not able to do it. Again, you can still scroll outside of the gym. I'm not even asking you to stop doing that. I'm just saying, when you're in the gym, visualize what you were supposed to be doing, give it your full undivided attention for the hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, 3 hours you're in there, whatever, and then go. That's it. What else? Blockers or beginner mode. A lot of people will put a blocker on their phone, will put a timer that, let's say they go to the gym after school at 5 p.m. They go, they walk in, they will install a blocker beforehand. They'll go in, they'll do that. The blocker, 5 p.m., 5:30, whatever time they get at the gym, the blocker will turn on for the next hour. They're not able to go on their phone. That is beginner territory. What I want to instill to you is something deeper than that. I want to be able to give you the ability to just say no to it during that time. You can do that if you want, but it's not going to give you the same kind of mental resilience, not discipline. Resilience and discipline and willpower are all completely different things. But the resilience in order to see that this is something that I want to do. I'm not going to do it because I said during this period of time, I'm not going to do it. That's what you need to be focused on. That's what you need to do. If you have the app on the phone and you actively scroll past it, you actively don't go on it, you actively ignore it, you're actively making the choice not to do it. So it's programming your brain backwards, because the reason you go on the app is because you've programmed yourself to. It's very entertaining and you want to click on it. The Instagram logo has the cool like rainbow effect or whatever. I'd want to click on it. I do click on it. But during this time, that's not something that you do. You need to program yourself the opposite way, because you've been so programmed, your own fault. And I guess by the company, if you want to blame someone else as well, but your own fault. You've decided over a long period of time, every time you see that app, you're going to click on it. Sometimes you don't even go on it. Like, you click on it, scroll up and down a few times, and then click off because you actually had something else to do. Now, you need to look at it and go, no, this isn't something I'm going to do. When you do press on it, when you do click on it, when you do select it, whatever you want to call it, click off. It's not about you making the gut reaction of like, you see it, so you're going to press, and then you're completely unconscious, and then you get mad at yourself and you're like, oh, well, I pushed it, might as well scroll. No, the second you catch yourself, get off it. The absolute instance that you realize, oh, this is something that I'm doing, I said I wouldn't do this, get off it. That's one rep. Think about it as literally like gym training. You go on it, you realize, oh crap, I wasn't supposed to do that. You go off. It's like doing your first handstand attempt. Sometimes you fall, sometimes you hold for a second, sometimes you hold, but it's not straight. There's different degrees of how, oh crap, the situation is when it comes to like pressing on it, and not, you said you wouldn't be on it and you're not supposed to or whatever. But the whole point is you want to get the rep in. And you get to the point to where you get to the level where you're never really on it. So the reps are kind of harder to come across, but they're less often as well. But again, you'll be stronger. That's the whole point of training. And I'm trying to fit this analogy in or whatever. But you'll be stronger, you'll be better at it. And over time, it's just not going to be something that bothers you. Fourth thing, and this is something that I kind of talked about before. A lot of people online like calling this go ghost. So I'll call it that, even though it's kind of cringe. Don't let anybody talk to you during the training unless it's super important. My phone's on do not disturb. Even coaching clients who text me, like I'm a calisthenics coach, if you didn't know, first and second link in the description if you're interested in that. Nobody talks to me. And if I am having a conversation with someone and it's my time to go train, I will literally say to them, yo, I gotta go train, busy, I'll talk to you later. Like, do you need anything, any final word, whatever. Finish up the conversation. They understand, okay, when Brandon goes to train, he's like, he's super serious about it. Don't bother him, whatever. You can be that guy. Maybe you're not right now. If you tell someone, okay, I got to go work out, like, I'll see you later, and they keep messaging you and like your phone keeps going like, then obviously you need to set the standard differently for that relationship. You need to say, hey man, focus, like, Could give me a little bit, and he'll be like, oh man, but we were having fun, and you're like, nope, focus, doing my thing. Put your phone on do not disturb, turn your notification sound off, whatever you have to do to get rid of it. Because the difference is between like not going on the app and social media and do not disturb, at least for me, do not disturb is like, it doesn't necessarily, notifications kind of just take away your focus. Like you can't not focus on it if you hear like a really loud like you hear that, you're gonna look over, or it's gonna take you away from what you're thinking. When it comes to the social media, you can just choose not to look at it. You can choose not to focus on it. It's harder because you're trying not to focus on it. You focus on it, but it's a little bit different because one you choose to go on, the other one is just like randomly when someone messages you. That's how I determine the difference in my head. So that's the fourth thing, going ghost. Fifth thing, you need to decide what's better, training with distractions or training without. It's probably like a 10 to 20% difference overall versus like whether or not it makes a difference, or 5 to 10%, whatever you want to call it. It's probably like very, very micro type of improvement, very, very small. But the thing is, what's better? Are you serious or are you just casual? If you're just casual, fine, do whatever, enjoy your life, fine. But if you're serious, if you're a guy like me, if you're a guy like you who is serious and you know you're serious and you're kind of like smiling listening to this because you know, okay, I'm the guy he's talking about, then what's better? Obviously, it's being focused, shutting up, doing what you're supposed to do, doing the hard training, not being on your phone, not being distracted, all that kind of stuff. Could you imagine Kobe Bryant being like, yeah, I trained 18 hours a day, bro? And then like the interviewer lady's like, oh my God, like, what do you do during those trainings? Do you rest? And he's like, yeah, supposed to rest 3 minutes, but rest 5 minutes. Was playing hooked ink. Like, come on, he wouldn't be nearly as cool and wouldn't have nearly the legacy that he has, and he wouldn't have been as good of a player. Right now, I think most people consider him like top 3. He would have been like top 5 or less because just the mindset wouldn't have been there. Again, it's these very, very micro changes that contribute massively on a mindset and philosophical level to yourself. So that's what you need to consider. If you're interested, I have a free community, first link in the description, paid community, second link. You can go on those. You can kind of see what they're about. The free community, I'm going to be releasing a creative mode protocol. It's basically how to go from 0 all the way up to learning your first 2 calisthenics skills, muscle ups and handstand push-ups. You're also going to build a ton of muscle, get stupidly strong, all that kind of stuff. If you enjoyed, subscribe. My name has been Brandon. Keep doing the best at doing your best. Trust God, and signing off.